Insecurity. Senate calls for additional military recruitment to improve coverage. A bill seeking to reduce age limit of aspirants for Senate and governor to 30 years passes second reading in the House of Representatives. Also in the news, stakeholders harp on the need to recognize the role of traditional and religious institutions in national security. Good evening and welcome to NTA Parliament News. I am Vivian Itekbefo. The Nigerian Senate has reacted to Monday's abduction of 25 female students in Kebbi State as it asked the armed forces to immediately recruit at least additional 100,000 personnel to confront the challenge of insecurity. National Assembly correspondent Lami Ali reports that the Senate condemns the abduction and sympathizes with families of the victims.
This kind of terrorization of our students, our children, must stop.
It is time now that Nigerians, particularly Nigerians, must stand up against this impunity.
I am happy that Mr. President immediately took action by directing the military to go after these terrorists with a view to rescuing these girls.
This latest security breach was raised as plenary as a matter of urgent public importance. Lawmakers also recalled past efforts to tackle the menace and resolved to do an assessment.
What is wrong with the Safe School program?
We probe the amount disbursed in the name of Safe School program. How much was spent? Who collected the money? What did they do with it? Because now we have seen, Mr. President, as additional prayer, people have turned security to a business.
Create an ad hoc committee to investigate the Safe School initiative.
We call the security agencies. Once again, we have done that severally, but this time in a more determined manner.
Discuss with the governors forum. Because most governors have not put in enough energy upon the kind of money they are receiving to pursue internal security.
We want the country to be safe for all Nigerians, and that is why they elected us here, to make laws, resolutions, and take steps to ensure that we, in line with our constitutional duties, that lives and properties are safe.
Senate observed a minute's silence to honor the vice principal killed in the Kebbi school attack and also mourned the killing of Brigadier General Uba alongside other personnel by insurgents this Monday in Borno State. Meanwhile, Senate has put on hold the proposed amendment to its standing orders due to some observations.
You want to nominate a principal officer of the Senate, use this ranking, which means people who are holding office now or who have held office before, as Senate President or Deputy Senate President or principal officers automatically have an age over anybody who wants to contest for any office, no matter his experience, no matter his ranking.
Any senator desiring to amend part of the rules or adding any new clause shall give notice of such amendments in writing to the President of the Senate, giving details of the proposed amendments.
But we are engaging in an exercise in futility, unless we can have somebody moving for amendment of any section of the rules. Further discussion on this is suspended.
Two bills passed second reading, including bill that seeks to reenact Ministry of Finance Incorporated to make it modern and transparent. Senate has adjourned plenary to Tuesday, 25th November 2025, as it holds a Zonal Security Summit and retreat on Electoral Act. From the National Assembly, Lami Ali, NTA News.
Meanwhile, Speaker of the House of Representatives, Abbas Tajuddin, who condemned the attack on the Government Girls Comprehensive Secondary School in Kebbi State, where about 25 students have been reportedly kidnapped by bandits, described the incident as despicable. Speaker Abbas also described the attack, during which some officials were also reportedly killed, as unfortunate and gruesome. The speaker, worried over the fate of the students in the hands of the abductors, called for a speedy response by security forces and timely rescue of the schoolgirls. While noting that schools should be among the safest places in the country, Speaker Abbas said the attack has severe implications and the trend must be checked by security forces. In other news, a bill seeking to reduce the age limit of aspirants seeking election into the Senate and office of a governor of a state to 30 years has passed second reading in the House of Representatives. The Constitution Alteration Bill, sponsored by Representative Martins Essin, received overwhelming support in the voice vote on the floor. National Assembly correspondent Mitari Ikben reports.
From 35
the Constitution Alteration Bill seeking to reduce age qualification for election into the Senate and governorship seats is the brainchild of the House Committee on Youth Development, aimed at improving on the existing Not Too Young to Run Act to bring more youths into the country's governance structures. The proposal is to lower the age requirement for senators from 35 to 30 years and that of governors from 40 to 30 years.
If a member of this House at 25 years spends 2 terms in the House of Representatives, he will be 33 years and he will still not be qualified to go to the Senate or to become a governor. So I think that this Honorable House should look into it.
Several bills to establish education and health institutions also scaled second reading.
A bill for an act to amend the Federal Colleges of Education Act Cap F8 Laws of the Federation of Nigeria 2004 to provide for the establishment of Federal Technical College Nasarawa Burkulu, Zamfara State, and for related matters.
Lawmakers expressed concern that delay in drilling the Obi oil well in Nasarawa State is affecting potential income and economic growth for the state and the nation.
Urge the Group Managing Director of the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation Limited to speed up the drilling of oil in Obi local government area of Nasarawa State. Mandate the Committee on Petroleum Resources upstream to ensure compliance.
Lawmakers also raised concern over escalating insecurity in Zamfara State.
Call on the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria to explore a new strategy to end these killings and activities in Zamfara State and Nigeria at large.
Away from plenary, the House has thrown its weight behind the federal government's efforts to mitigate the spread of cervical cancer in the country through a nationwide rollout of HPV testing.
About 60.5 million Nigerian women are at risk of cervical cancer. The strategic planning and everything has been concluded towards reaching this number as much as we can.
The National Assembly is proud to identify with the fight against cancer.
The National Task Force on Cervical Cancer Elimination says it has secured a 1 billion naira donation from Nigeria's First Lady, Oluremi Tinubu, to support the nationwide screening exercise. From the National Assembly, Mitaire Ikwen, NTA News.
And we have here the Chairman, House Committee on Youth Development, Representative Martins Essin, joining us to discuss more on the age limit reduction bill for senators and governors. Thank you for joining us on the news. Let's start with you giving us a little background to the bill.
At the committee level, we have been looking for ways to open up more opportunities for young Nigerians, bringing more seats to the table so that more Nigerians can partake in decision-making in their own country. Don't forget that Nigeria has a youthful population in the sense that over 60% of the population of this country today are largely young persons between the ages of 30 and below. And at the committee level, we resolved to come with this bill. I'm just the lead sponsor of the bill. There are other 24 honorable members who are co-sponsors of this bill to alter the constitution to reduce the age for the membership of the Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and the office of the governor of states of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So what we are saying is it's very clear and practical to say that the age should be reduced from 35 to 30. Okay, because in the last assembly, assembly, the ninth assembly passed a piece of legislation tagged the Not Too Young to Run that saw the age ceiling being reduced from 30 to 25 for membership of the House of Representatives and membership of the state houses of assemblies. And I felt that normally there should have been a consequential increase on the office of the membership of the Senate and office of the governor, and even up to the president. We saw that that piece of legislation is not done, and we ought and agreed that in the 10th assembly we should bring it forward. Like I said on the floor of the House, the scenario we have today is such that a member of the House of Representatives who comes into the House at 25 by the provisions of the Not Too Young to Run Act.
Now, when this bill is passed, what is the expected impact?
Now, for me, this bill is going to drive two things for young Nigerians: inclusion and participation. Every day, young Nigerians are clamoring to be included in the scheme of things, decision making in this country, and participation. So this bill just targets those two demands of young Nigerians, in the sense that more young people will now be qualified to run for these offices. That single piece of legislation in the 9th Assembly brought in over 40 members into the House of Representatives. And you can now see how vibrant the House of Representatives is. And no House of Representatives since 1999 that I know about have passed more bills like this House, this 10th Assembly, under the leadership of Speaker Tajuddin Abbas. No assembly has moved more motions and even done more oversights than this assembly. So you can see what young people bring to the table: energy, vibrancy, and what have you. So we just want to extend that to the other offices.
Do you think this age limit is enough to provide the aspirants with the needed experience to lead, considering that the age is lowered to 30?
Don't forget that this proposal is not standing on its own. This proposal is an offshoot of an existing piece of legislation, an existing law. Today, to be in the House of Representatives, you just need to be 25 years of age. And to be in the state houses of assembly, you need to be 25 years of age. So are you saying now that somebody who comes to the House of Representatives, or somebody who's in the state house of assembly and is able to do 2 terms, for instance, in each of those houses, will not have the experience to become a senator, or will not have an experience to become a governor? I don't think so.
What advice would you give to young Nigerians regarding this piece of legislation?
I would tell young Nigerians to prepare themselves for the opportunity that is coming. Okay? Because even if opportunity comes and there's no level of preparedness, there cannot be success. I have a personal mathematic formula. When I say when opportunity meets preparedness, opportunity plus preparedness is what brings about success. So I will ask Nigerians, young Nigerians particularly, to take advantage of this piece of legislation that we're trying to drive in the House. And for them, they should support it, and they will be better for it.
Thank you so much for joining us on the news, Honorable Martins Essien, Chairman, House Committee on Youth Development. And that now takes us to our commercial break. The news returns shortly.
Some moments never fade. Some debates still echo, and some decisions continue to shape our future. Stay back in time with us as we revisit the redefining plenary sections of Nigeria's National Assembly. From intensive debates to landmark legislations, from voices of yesterday to lessons for today, we bring history alive. This is from the archives, where the past speaks to the present, and history guides the future. We write history, revisit the debates. From the archives, only on NTA Parliament. Watch us on DSTV channel, Go TV channel, Star Times channel, and free to air.
You are watching NTA Parliament News coming at you from the nation's capital, FCT. Concerned about the slow pace of development of the automotive industry in Nigeria, the Senate, through its Committee on Industries, brought together key stakeholders to chart a course in making the country a hub for Africa's vehicle manufacturing. National Assembly correspondent Lami Ali reports that Senate is also reviewing the status of Nigeria's automobile industry development plan.
This meeting, the Senate Committee on Industry stated, is convened to confront the paradox of Nigeria being a vast market of vehicles it does not produce. According to statistics, Nigeria imports 250,000 cars each year at a cost put between $3 to $5 billion.
Although Nigeria is widely recognized as a leading economy, its automotive industry has remained largely underdeveloped. We want to know why. And what can we do? Because we are supposed to export these vehicles to the neighboring countries.
Can be beneficiary to the industry and people of our, that like the Senate President said, there are more than 6,000 materials you can put in manufacturing a car, upholstery, everything. They'll be sold by people. Then every other thing is needed. No one man manufactures everything.
Innovation, investment, and industrial growth. It's not a slogan, it's a sermon. The automotive industry is not merely an economic sector. It is the steel spine of modern industrial civilization. When a nation manufactures its own machine, it manufactures its own destiny.
The committee said all challenges should be laid bare and resolved in order to make progress. The Presidential Initiative on CNG and the National Automotive Design Development Council speak on efforts to drive the sector, but emphasize that investments and support for local industries are essential.
We have converted about 100,000 vehicles. We are moving on. Our target is about to hit 1 million. We have about 12 million cars all over the country. 57% of them are commercial vehicles. If we can get that in CNG and EVs, then we'll drastically reduce the cost of transportation. Once you drastically reduce the cost of transportation, you drastically reduce the cost of inflation. Or
we are moving from internal combustion engine to electric vehicle. We have to prepare. We have to prepare ourselves, especially for electric vehicle. We have to get ready, and we need to provide the necessary infrastructure.
Revitalizing Nigeria automotive industry, legislative pathways for innovative investment and industrial growth is the topic of the roundtable. Lami Ali, NTA News.
And the House of Representatives Committee on University Education rounds off its oversight in the South-South geopolitical zone, advising vice-chancellors to desist from violating the Constitution and financial regulations, but instead align with the present administration's policy on value reorientation. National Assembly correspondent Muhammad Rabiu Ali has details.
Examining the reports of the Federal University of Turkey in Bayelsa State, committee members classified it as incomplete as it relates to budget performance and funds utilization.
In 2023 is 1,101,000,000. 547,500 naira. Is that?
Yes.
You utilize 1,047,567 naira 072.34.
There is no need, because I have emphasized, I read out, you know these things. It's not, you are not doing it out of ignorance of the law. You are doing it, it's deliberate now. You know that what you did is wrong.
We have a lot of oversight given what we are seeing in the document, and I want to request if we can withdraw parts of the document and resubmit, if that will be pleasing to the committee.
Rounding off the oversight at the University of Benin, the management admitted some infractions in the submission.
The total IGR from January to December, where is it? You can refer me to it. It's not there. You understand now? So at the end of that, there must be summary of all these things.
The committee will in the coming days submit its findings from the oversight at the plenary. Muhammad Rabiu Ali, NTA News.
Meanwhile, speakers of House of Assemblies from the 6 southwest states have reaffirmed commitment to strengthening legislative collaboration, deepen democratic governance, and advance regional development across states in the zone. Yemi Dalemo reports that the speakers under the aegis of Conference of Speakers of Southwest States reached this agreement in Abeokuta, Ogun State, during a crucial meeting of the forum.
The Southwest speakers deliberated extensively on issues of governance, national development and constitutional reforms and resolved to adopt a common position on key national matters such as electoral reform, inclusive governance, devolution of powers, state policing and security, fiscal reforms, as well as the need to strengthen local government administration. The meeting, attended by speakers from Ondo, Ekiti, Osun, Oyo and Ogun states, commended President Bola Tinubu for promoting national unity and development and Ogun State Governor, while also applauding the Southwest governors for their continued efforts in driving progress and economic growth across the region.
The meeting also underscored the need to review and harmonize the standing orders of Southwest legislatures, standing orders to enhance improved uniformity and efficiency. It was further proposed that the Southwest Legislative Summit be convened, and this will be hosted in Oyo State.
The speakers urged Southwest governors to engage National Boundary Commission proactively in resolving recurring boundary disputes among states to engender peace and unity, while emphasizing youth inclusion in governance with a call on all tiers of government to create more opportunities for young people to participate meaningfully in the democratic process.
Seeking for the establishment of post-legislative scrutiny units, a model that has been set by Oyo State in each state for holistic assessment of the operational gaps of laws, including the anti-open grazing law and Southwest scrutiny network law in each state to conform to the present societal realities.
The conference equally advocated improved budgetary allocation to the agricultural sector across the states in the region to strengthen food security, enhance healthy living, and promote sustainable livelihood in the region. Before departing Ogun State, they visited the Gateway International Airport, Iperu, where they commended the state government for implementing the project. In Abeokuta, Yemi Dalemo, NTA News.
In another development, a policy dialogue aimed at recognizing the strategic role of traditional and religious institutions in national security is underway in Abuja to strengthen national peace and unity. Muhammad Rabiu Ali reports that the event put together by the National Institute for Legislative and Democratic Studies is also engaging other opinion leaders in Nigeria's conflict zones.
Religious and traditional institutions play a vital role as custodians of values since pre-colonial era. As the country is confronting multifaceted security challenges, from banditry to communal clashes, experts say hands must be on deck to restore peace and social cohesion.
We know the good, we know the bad, we know the ugly. And if you give us our job back, I'm sure these problems we're having in the country will come to an end.
This dialogue, therefore, provides us a rare opportunity to reflect deeply, once again, on how to harness the influence of these institutions in shaping community resilience.
or Muslim and Christian. We have to come together, we have to work together for our country, Nigeria, because we have only one Nigeria. So that's why peace is very important. If there is no peace, there is no development.
Stakeholders are of the belief that practical recommendations with support to religious and traditional leaders, Nigeria's security architecture will be better. In Abuja, Muhammad Rabiu Ali, NTA News.
On a sad note, the death has been announced of Senator Oke Ezia, representing Enugu North Senatorial District, after a brief illness. In a statement, Deputy President of the Senate, Barau Jibrin, mourned Senator Ezia, who died in Lagos Tuesday. This late senator, a lawyer and businessman, was elected on the platform of the Labour Party to represent Enugu North Senatorial District during the 2023 general elections. Senator Barau, in the condolence message by his special advisor on media and publicity, Ismail Mudashir, extolled the virtues of the late lawmaker, describing him as a pan-Nigerian politician who contributed significantly to the development of Nigeria. The late senator, until his demise, was the vice chairman of both the Senate Committees on Cooperation and Integration in Africa, NEPAD, and that of Culture and Economy. We pray for the repose of the soul of the late lawmaker at this time and comfort for the family at this dark hour. And that's our package this evening. You can follow us for news updates on our social media handles showing on your screens. Thank you for watching and do have a great evening. I am Vivian Idekwefo.